as Bernita so eloquently brought up. This is Shavuot, and this is when really the Exodus 34:22, observe the festival of Shavuot with the first gathered produce of the wheat harvest. Of course, we don't have wheat, but we do have a few dollars. And the festival of ingathering at the turn of the year. Now, most of us remember that some time ago, we all took a little book, and we were encouraged to track our spending. And it's nobody's business what you wrote in the book. If you wrote in the book, I appreciate the fact that you did take a book. But I'm going to ask you today to start using that more and more. Our spending, saints, has to be more strategic. Now, I know we got a lot of events coming up, and they're wonderful, and I, above everybody else, please enjoy your life. Please enjoy your life. It's important that we enjoy life, because that was part of the reason why the Most High created what you see today. It never really was. It appears that it was not designed for us to just work all the time, come to church, have a good time, go back home, get some rest, go to work on Wednesdays or whatever the different houses of worship. If they meet on Wednesdays, some meet on Thursdays. And I'm not knocking this, but this is the routine for most. And before you know it, your children are grown, and you got grandchildren. And you sometimes wonder where your life went. And then you take a moment and you say, you know, really, how many meaningful relationships have I had? And I'm not talking about dating or marriages. I'm talking about just friendships. How many real friendships have I made? Have I been a friend? To anybody? Maybe I don't have any friends. Do I not have friends because everybody's mean? Or do I not have friends because maybe I'm mean? My personality quirks. Am I willing to work on those, or do people just have to take me as I am? My personality quirks may be why I don't have any friends. I do have friends. I'm talking general people. What does all this have to do with Shavuot? Well, it also says something about the ingathering, the coming together. And of course, we all know, everybody know about the book of Acts when they were in the upper room that wasn't an upper room, but I don't want to get into that either. But when they came together, and we all know the story about the rushing mighty wind, and the system pretty much stops there because that's what we concentrate on. And of course, you know, it went on to say that some people were really puzzled because they heard that group speaking in their language, and they was like, I know they're not from where I'm from. How can this be? But the thing that Pastor used to say all the time, don't stop there, because, see, when they were given the gift that they were given, it was so they could go to work. So they could go to work. What he said, you know, until you be endued with power from on high, not just to spiritually impress one another. It was to work. It was to work. Well, what kind of work? A work in being a better believer. Work in being a better whatever it is you are. If you're a wife, if you're a mother, if you're an aunt, if you're a father, if you're an uncle, if you're a grandfather, if you're a grandmother. It was for that work. Well, I know. Wait a minute. Hold it. Jesus said, if he be lifted up, he'll draw all men unto. Yes. But in walking out the Torah, as we properly walk it out, you begin to draw attention to yourself because you are peculiar. I didn't say weird. The system has made us weird. Torah makes you peculiar. The system's got us doing some far out stuff. And I'm talking about the church system. Observe the festival of Shavuot with the first gathered produce of the wheat harvest. Well, this is May. And the first quarter's over. January, February, March. We're in the second quarter. April, May, June. I'm going to ask you to start writing today when you go home if you haven't been. And again, it's nobody's business what you write in that book. That's between you and the one that made you. But saints, we're going to have to be more strategic in our financial affairs. That was a beautiful testimony that that young lady gave. And my hope is that for those of you that are looking for work, that you find it. Put a little more emphasis on finding it. We're all going to need a source of income. We're all going to need a source of income. And I don't want to get too much into what's going on. And I'm hoping that most of you do know a little bit about what's going on with this debt ceiling, a little bit. And again, you know, I meant what I said when I say enjoy life. But be aware of what's happening around you. Please. See, the system has us thinking, well, I'm not going to worry about all that. God got all of that. God's going to look out for me. And yeah, he will. But, I got to go back to I've given you everything. I have given you everything. I have given you everything pertaining to life and godliness. What more does he have to give us? Well, Barry, don't the scripture say, cast all your cares upon him? Yeah, because he cares for you. Yes, it does. But there's also a scripture that says, what? Having done all you can to stand, stand. See, a lot of times, saints, and again, I'm not speaking as somebody that's on his counsel. I'm not saying that, but in my study time, if we correctly follow Torah, there would be very little need for miracles in a lot of our lives. But because we were trained in a system, it taught us to always ask for a miracle. In fact, some ministries blew up overnight because for $29.95, you can get your miracle. Am I making light of miracles? No, because miracles do occur when we've done all we can. Miracles come when we've done all we can. I've given you everything. He said, I've given you everything. Barry, I've given you everything pertaining to life and godliness. Why are you whining to me? And what did he say to Moses? He said, come, let us reason together. The Most High said that. If we can get one or two, and if you're really doing well, you might get three. If you can get 2 or 3 people that really care, we can make it. We can make it. If each one of us just got 2 or 3 people that could put up with us, we can make it. We can make it, friends. Well, what do I have to do? I mean, hey, nowadays things are good, gracious. Everybody's at everybody. Oh, my goodness. Hey. I watch a lot of YouTube, because YouTube, you can just put in a subject and all kind of stuff come up. But I'm trying to think a little younger, so I'm trying to see what's going on with the young people. Being nosy. And I tell you, it's kind of disturbing. It's a lot of the young people, they're not wanting to get married. And the disturbing thing is there's been a rift. There's been a rift between the brothers and sisters. Well, really, there's a rift between men and women. But I'm zeroing in on more brothers and sisters. I mean, I want all us to get along, because if we don't get along, I mean, we need each other. That's the way he set it up. He set it up for us to work together, not be in competition with each other. And I think the young people have looked at how we have lived and said, well, I don't want that. And there's a strong delusion that's taking place. And I mean, it's got us doing crazy stuff. It's got women living like men, and it's got men living like women. And I'm not just talking about people deciding what they want to be. I mean, and I'm being very careful, because that's a real hot topic, and I'm not trying to get kicked off of the streaming thing. But folks, they're listening. Listen. It's okay to watch all of that stuff, but notice, and I don't think I have to tell you, but I'm going to say it anyway. What people post on social media is not how their real life is. Remember that. I mean, I've said it before. Some of us can't even enjoy the vacation because we taking selfies all the time. You still look the same that you did here in France and Tuscaloosa or wherever you go. You look the same. So just enjoy. I think they were saying by 2035 or something like that, that something like 45% of the young ladies would not even be married. I was like, wow. And the folks, we need young people to work, because they need to fund our Social Security. I'm laughing, but I'm kind of serious too. But I don't mean it just for that reason. We need to speed up the trust process in this fellowship. We need to know that we can trust one another. I think we're going to have a family and friends day, aren't we? Yeah. All right. Yes, sir. Have you, or, well, I think you the captain, but Vern the co-captain. Have y'all decided when we? No. You come to the men's meeting. You the captain. She's the co-captain. I know you joking. And I love Vern. Is she here? Okay. I mean, she my friend. Saints, I feel I'm fairly confident that they're gonna get this budget thing squared away. But I'm telling you, if they don't, it's gonna affect all of us. And I'm not here to, again, I'm not telling you this to be fearful. I'm just telling you this so that you keep it in the back of your mind, so that when you're planning your outings or whatever, keep that in the back of your mind that, hey, things can change real quick. Some banks are now wanting to know if you're buying gold and silver, they want to know why. That's none of their business. You start using your credit card. If you use your credit card 2 or 3 times, you might get a text from your bank. Is this you using the card? This is happening for real. And it's happening with the people that's got some serious money, but it's going to hit the middle class too, and that's us. And I have something I want you to see if Reggie can pull it up later. We'll see this. This is for the people that came today. The people that's at home streaming. The man's name is Richard Fame, so you can look it up yourself. You can cut me off if you want to and go look at it. I don't care. This problem, this economic problem, is a worldwide problem. Now, I know a lot of us have gotten news that, China's getting ready to do this and getting ready to take over, and they're going to introduce the yuan. China got its own problems. I've said to you before, the United States is the least ugly house on the block, but all the houses are ugly. So there's no need of us sticking our chests out. Yeah, I'll write it down. And I know, you all are saying, well, Barry, what does this have to do with me? Everything. Everything. They bring a smile to my face. Terrell over there, he make me laugh every time sometime I cut my eye over there at Terrell, and Terrell might be playing the drums or whatever. But you know what? Every time I look over there at Terrell, you know what Terrell looking? Over there at his wife. And he just make me laugh because he is nuts about her. Yeah, and I don't think they'll mind. I think they made a major purchase, and I'm here to tell you, congratulations and wonderful. Right now, if you can stand it, don't buy a car right now. Don't buy a house right now. If you can stand it. Now, if you gotta go, because if you're renting and the people, they move back in because they see what's coming on and they need you to get out, well, you got to do something. Go stay with Frances. She got enough room. Now let me stop. Doc be out in the parking lot waiting on me. They, yeah. Yeah, that's it. Mercy, mercy. If you can withstand it, hold off on major purchases until later on in the year. If you can. That, if you got to get to work, you got to get to work. I understand. And again, I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm telling you, just be strategic. When you spend your money, please, please, please get some value. I was at Second and Charles yesterday. And y'all say, what is Second and Charles? Second and Charles is one of these kind of stores. You can go in and buy used CDs. And I know y'all say, hey, you still doing CDs? Yes. And the next vehicle I get gonna have a CD player in it because I like CDs. I ain't getting a brand new car. Well, I know. And now they want to take the AM stations out of the radio too. Did you know that? And I bought 10 CDs. And I didn't pay but $25 for it. And there wasn't one gospel CD in the lot. Saints, let's be wise with our spending. Like I said, I've gotten some information. Some of you got some really nice things coming up, and that's wonderful. Go have a great time, and I don't want to say too much about that because I ain't trying to mess nothing up for nobody. But I tell you, fine arts, gold, silver, we may have to start looking at somewhere where we can put money. The central bank digital currency thing, it's real. Now I'm hoping it don't pass, but that can negatively affect us as well. And again, we're not going to show it till after I finish. Yeah, that's just for us. Yeah. I don't know, about 20 years ago, when used to be some chairs over there, and we used to pray in the morning before we went, before you went to work, you'd come in and I remember I was saying something about a financial shift. I had no idea about all of this that's going on now. And I was thinking that it was just for going to be the United States. But I'm telling you, this thing is worldwide. Everybody's breathing in and out into a bag. You know how you blow in the bag, then you inhale. Yeah, you're hyperventilating. I mean, every country that's got anything. Now, the real dirt poor ones, no, they don't have a lot to fret over. And I'm not being ugly saying that. But all the so-called major first world countries don't know exactly what they're going to do, how they're going to get this thing turned around. And they really don't know. They really honestly don't know. But they report, particularly with regular media, Main Street media, Everything's all right. The market is strong. The economy, and the big companies are still laying people off. And there's been some people have already started making a move. I don't know if any of you are aware of this Bud Light controversy. Y'all probably don't know nothing about it because it's a beer, and I know you precious people don't fool with that stuff. But Anheuser-Busch, Target, and some others. I don't want, again, I ain't trying to get kicked off of whatever it is y'all got us on. Listen, groups of individuals are trying to hijack our financial system because what they're saying is, I ain't gonna start calling major employers are being told by their shareholders to start introducing things that are contrary to what we believe. I'll just put it that way. And you start going in stores, you start seeing stuff. I was in a store that I go to a lot, and I've noticed some items that they got in the men's section. I'm like, how did that get here? Well, that was no mistake. Just our situation, our standard of living is being lowered. And I'm gonna tell you, saints, we're gonna have to really get into Torah and read it, and not only read it, meditate on it, and not only meditate on it, but properly execute it. Because if we don't, if we're lax in that, or I'll just look at it, but I just like, let me turn on so-and-so and so-and-so. Well, listen, it's getting to a point in life where the Torah is the real deal. A lot of the stuff that we were given, it's not what we thought it was. I'll just put it that way. It's not what we thought it was. And more lunacy is creeping in. I know I got duped by an organization, and I'm not going to call it because because when I first heard it, I was like, well, yeah, I agree with that, until I started doing more research on the group. And, everybody's trying to come in under what they call civil rights, and they have changed that definition. And if we're not careful, pretty soon there's going to be a group of people say, well, if I want to marry a giraffe, ain't nothing nobody can say about it. It's getting crazy. And I know we need his instructions. We need his instructions, and we know most of them, but we're not executing. A good basketball team, you can have the 5 best players. And they're naturally talented. And you say, well, if I had so-and-so, 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 we'll win every game. No, you won't. Without practice, you won't properly execute. And without Torah and reading it and rereading it and understanding and asking them for deeper understanding and trying to walk in what you know, walk in what you know, walk in what you know so that he'll show you more as you walk in what you know. Because it's getting really confusing. (2024) coming. And here comes this other situation, and again, I'm not making a political statement, but that mess is going to start heating up. I mean, it's already heating up. But just remember this, how you vote, if you vote, whatever, that's between you. But all of it's government. Remember that. Regardless of who's in the White House, it's all government. And government is what makes decisions about our lives. Remember that. Forget the label. And I will say this, whatever dirt Party A got on Party B, all of them got freaks in them, okay? The pot can't call the kettle black. And believers, we need to be real careful because we got played. All of us got played. And see, some of us now mad with each other and they ain't talking to one another because of how we think they voted. That stuff's a smokescreen. Keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. No, don't do that. I just had to say that, though. No, seriously. Listen. Up is up, down is down, black is black, white is white. And I'm not talking about people. That's the way we need to live. What they want to do is get everything convoluted. So and you're going to find some people that you thought were one way, they're going to be another way. And a lot of people that we've been listening to for years. Family is important. Family is very, very, very important. Because sometimes family is all you got. And I know sometimes we've had, families, we've had some words. And sometimes you have things that happen and you find out things about your family sometimes that be like, what? Huh? What? You look at your siblings, you go, wait a minute, we grew up in the same house. Or they looking at you and say, wait a minute, Barry, we grew up in the same house. How you figure that? But I'm telling you, in the end, don't trade family. Let me say that again. In the end, don't trade your bloodline. That's really what I wanted to say. Don't trade your bloodline. What does all this have to do with Shavuot? everything. See, really, I missed the opportunity to take a special offering. But we'll get it right next year. And we're going to be smart. We're going to be steadfast. We're not going to be afraid, but we are going to be careful. See, being careful doesn't make you afraid. See, because another misused term a lot, you hear, particularly with believers, oh, he talking fear. No, idiot. I'm saying be careful. I'm saying think things through. Think things through non-emotionally, because our emotions fool us. They're not all bad, but we don't know how to properly use them. We don't know how to properly let them serve us. Sometimes your emotions are necessary. But being careful, since you like to be emotional, that's an emotion. Just be careful. Stop running headlong into a situation because years ago, that's what people did. This is a new day. I'm going to get ready to close up so we can watch that little thing. But I know some time ago I told you guys, this thing will start blowing over about 2024, 2025. I don't think so. And I'm just a guy. There are a lot of people got a lot more information about all of this than I do. But what little I do know, I'm going to share it with the people that I care about, and that's you. So when I do that, I'm not fussing, I'm not picking, I'm not trying to talk about anybody. We are all in this together. Everybody in here is middle class. Hopefully, working middle class. I know, some of it, well, I'm retired. Well, I understand. You see Francis if you need some money. But even having said what I said, we can still prosper because, see, the people with the big money, they waiting. And this time we're going to try to do what they do with our little money. We're going to wait. See, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Now I know, he said greedy in church. Yes. See, when people get desperate, they start selling. In fact, a lot of us that are playing the stock market, don't be a trader. I didn't say traitor, trader, Trader, because your emotions get to you. You turn on the TV, so-and-so and so-and-so, company ABC is down 40%. You know what people do? Oh my God, they call that broker, sell it, sell it, sell it. No. That's when you hold it and you try to ride the wave. But I can't take it, man, if I lose anymore. You only lose if you sell it. Remember that, folks. And see, stock market, what they say is over a 10, 15, 20-year period, you'll make money. I said something to you all some time ago. I said, please check your investment, check your retirement, check your 401k. Don't just smile at that person. Get some questions. Ask him or her some questions. And as you get a little older, maybe you don't want to be in a high-risk category. Tell them, put you in something a little more stable. Well, I don't feel like dealing with all of that. Please do, please. It's important. It's very important. I was talking to some friends, and I said, listen, because a couple of them get disability. And I said, well, that's good. But see, folks, while they negotiate, all of that's on the table. You don't raise your hand, but how many of you can stand a 5 or 10% haircut right now? I'm just saying, don't answer. Just think about that. Well, I don't want to think about it. Well, think about it anyway. Now, I tell you, even in the Depression, everybody talks about the 29 Depression. And a lot of our parents, that's why they had the attitude that they did. And we kind of lost it. And yes, I can say saving will not make you rich. Let me say that again. Just saving will not make you rich. So those cats that be on the internet that tell you, get my book or get my DVD, don't buy it. In fact, 95% of the people that have these programs, I mean, you can listen to them. They throw out a little bit of tidbits. But all that's designed to get you to send them money. Remember that, folks. And again, please, stop believing everything you see and hear on the internet. They don't live like that every day. Even when you're on vacation, yeah, you might, if you're out there 2 weeks, your money, that's 14 days you spending money. You ain't making no money then. Start looking at it that way. And again, I'm not telling you not to go. Please go on vacation. Get some culture and come back and share it with us. So I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, please, folks, please, be more circumspect when it comes to financial matters. Please. God bless you. Ridge, can you find that? Oh.